Pakistan is enemy number one in India. Everyone is talking about them. But tonight, we're focusing on number two, and that is Turkiye. The sentiment against Turkiye is very strong because they back Pakistan with words and with weapons. The interesting thing is that India and Turkiye have no historical rivalry, not even a border to dispute. Yet, Ankara is openly hostile towards India. They're arming Pakistan, which is a state sponsor of terror. And instead of questioning that, the world is rewarding Turkiye. Case in point, the United States. Washington has approved a weapons deal for Turkiye. It's a deal worth $304 million. It covers two kinds of weapons. 53 medium-range missiles for around $225 million and 60 Sidewinder Block 2 missiles. These are for $79 million. The total is more than $300 million. This deal has been approved by US President Donald Trump. It will now go to the US Congress, and when the Congress clears it, Turkiye will get new American weapons. But Erdogan is not done yet. He is eyeing a bigger prize from Donald Trump. He wants the F-35 fighter jet. This is a fifth-generation plane. Erdogan is keen to buy it, but for that, the US will have to change its laws. Let me explain. In 2017, Turkey decided to buy weapons from Russia. They bought the S-400 missile defense system. This purchase triggered American sanctions, meaning the Americans imposed sanctions on Turkey for buying Russian weapons, 2017. That's because the US has a law. It says if you buy weapons from a rival nation, the US can sanction you. So if you buy weapons from countries like Iran or North Korea or Russia, then the Americans can sanction you. The law is called CAATSA, Countering America's Adversaries Through Sanctions Act. In 2018, India faced the same threat. That's because India too acquired the same weapon from Russia, the S-400 system. But the Americans did not sanction India. They gave India a waiver. Turkey did not get a waiver. So they were kicked out of the F-35 program. That was in 2017. Now let's come to present day. Erdogan is hoping that Trump will lift the sanctions, that he will sell the F-35s to Turkey. And what is Erdogan offering in return? Mainly two things. Number one, stability in Syria. You see, there are American troops in Syria. Erdogan is offering Turkish troops to replace the Americans. This would allow Trump to bring back US soldiers, to bring them back home, basically claim a victory in West Asia. And we saw indications of that this week. Trump agreed to lift sanctions on the new Syrian regime, a regime supported by Erdogan. So that's one motivation for America. They could use Turkish help in Syria. The second is the Russia-Ukraine war. Again, Turkey is playing a key role here. As we speak, talks are underway in Istanbul. Erdogan is hosting officials from Russia and Ukraine. He is trying to play mediator to end this war. If it does end, if the war ends, Erdogan may have an even bigger role. He may deploy Turkish soldiers to uphold the truce. Now remember, Turkey is also a NATO member. In fact, it has the second biggest army in NATO. The biggest, of course, is the US with 1.3 million soldiers. Turkey is second with 350,000 soldiers. So their cooperation will be key. Both these factors explain Donald Trump's reset with Recep Tayyip Erdogan. As expected, he's all praise for the Turkish president.
I spoke with President Erdogan, who I'm very friendly with him. He feels he's got a shot at doing a good job.
Well, I have great relations with a man named Erdogan. Have you heard of him? And I happen to like him, and he likes me, and I know the press will get very angry. He likes Erdogan, but I do, and he likes me, and we've never had a problem, and we've gone through a lot, and we've never had a problem. We've always gotten.
Now, why should this worry India? Well, politically, it's obvious. Turkey is arming and supporting Pakistan, so our goal would be to isolate Erdogan. But there's a bigger concern. What if Turkey sells these American weapons to Pakistan? Reports say it's a possibility, and so does history. Let me take you back to 2019. Pakistan used the F-16s and some medium-range missiles against India. This was during the Balakot episode, 2019. And both these weapons had a Turkish connect. In 2009, Pakistan reached out to Turkey. They struck a deal worth $75 million. Pakistan struck a deal with a Turkish aerospace firm. For what? To upgrade Pakistan's F-16 jets. More than 40 planes were upgraded in total. As for the missiles, these latest ones are called AMRAAMs, Advanced Medium Range Air-to-Air Missiles. This is what Turkiye is getting from the US. Only one plane in Pakistan's fleet can fire these missiles. And no prizes for guessing which one it is. It is the F-16s. So the new American supplies will worry India, A, because they could spill over to Pakistan, and B, they suggest a deepening nexus. Turkey is Pakistan's second biggest arms supplier. The first, obviously, is China. Both these countries have ties dating back to the Cold War. More recently, they have turned religious. Erdogan is trying to challenge Arab dominance in the Islamic world. His goal is to set up an alternative power center. And in that quest, Pakistan is key. It is the second most populous Muslim country in the world, also the only one with a nuclear bomb. And this presents a challenge for New Delhi, because Erdogan's animosity is not based on India's actions. Like I said, there is no historical enmity, no borders to dispute, no waters to share. This is purely based on Erdogan's worldview and ambitions, and there's nothing that India can do to change that. So the better option is to respond in kind. At Firstpost, we are choosing to hold on to accuracy. That means we won't always be first. We may not get you your breaking alert. But what you will get is what we owe you. And that is the truth. Verified, checked, and cross-checked. We rely on sources and verified ones. After all, that's what separates a journalist from a loudspeaker. But sometimes even we miss a beat. And when we do, we will tell you. Like yesterday, we ran visuals from a registered news agency. That visual turned out to be fake, so we are taking accountability. And from now on, we will cite the source of every visual, every picture, every video that you see on Firstpost will have a source mentioned. That is our commitment to you. We will wait, we will verify, we will ask again, and only then will we tell you. No noise, no panic, just the facts. Because right now, that is what the country needs most.